back around. All right, so at this point, I ended up leaving my job because of the gang stalking before I knew what gang stalking was. I didn't know what it really was. And as fast forward, I ended up eventually losing my apartment because I didn't get a job fast enough. And I wasn't about to beg or ask nobody for nothing. I just wasn't about to do that. So as we get back to my mama house, my neighbor, as soon as she seen me, she said, "What happened?" Siobhan, she live in apartment 101 2814 28th Street Southeast, apartment 101. Robin, what the fuck her name? Robin Boyd, apartment 202 28th Street Southeast, building 2814. These are some of the people that my family collaborated with and had in cahoots on this thing. If you ever see them bitches beat they ass because they are devil worshippers and they do anything for money, and they was tricking their kids off and tricking their kids out. They had kids committing crimes on their behalf just so they wouldn't get caught. Siobhan faked to be my friend the whole time. Let's run it. Her and her kids, after I went to go defend her against the police because Robin kept bullying them for no reason. Come to find out, that was mental chaos going on from all the projections and all the magic that was happening that I knew nothing about at the time. So me being a truth teller and somebody that speaks for the truth, where I can clearly see from the outside looking in, no, these were all hoax situations, petty situations that were happening just to kind of rope you in so they can have a reason to do shit. Again, DC is small. People know people. People collaborate. But if they've been after me for the last, at that time, by I moved in, and they've probably been like 3 years. So yeah, by this time, everybody was in cahoots. Everybody knew that you as in me, was supposed to have been out of there. Like, you don't know how you keep dodging this shit. What is going on? I guess God is real. What a lot of people didn't know. So, be backing it up. If you ever see them 222 on the clock, give them their righteous just judgment, because they blatantly collaborated. Antoinette Owens, Antoinette something, she lived in the building right next to 2814. Her house caught on fire right after she did her last ritual. I seen her in the dream state, and I know she did it. And her house caught smooth on fire. That was 2023, end of that. So we backing it up. I moved back to my mother about January, I want to say 2023. I moved back with my mom. So I'm in here, the gaslighting. I'm getting these symptoms, getting the dream state, but I started to get powerful. Because again, y'all didn't know my path like you thought you knew my path. You know what God allowed you to know. You don't know what I don't say, and you don't know what God has for me naturally. You just know whatever your little spirit can get in the background. That's it, that's all. So with that being said, nobody knew I was God's practitioner. Nobody knew I was actually chosen. Nobody knew this stuff. Nobody knew I had spiritual gifts. My family didn't even know I had spiritual gifts, because they always looked at me like this peon because I was too kind, because I didn't want to use a man for money, because I didn't want to sell my body, because I didn't want to travel with them every fucking way, because they're hoes, and everybody know they hoes. They're whores. They're whores. They're stone cold whores with a W. That's what they are. And they're proud to be it. Go check my sister audition for baddies out. She would tell you, I scam, I trick, I sell pussy. That's exactly who she is. Take her word for the truth. That's exactly who she is. She was not lying when she told y'all that. That's why I was such a threat, because I was the complete opposite. Would never. This pussy only go to people I genuinely care for and like. It would never go to nobody for no money. Honey, none of y'all can pull up receipts. None of y'all can pull up receipts. Now, so I'm paying attention, and I eventually get heavy into yoga. I started volunteering at this yoga studio. I eventually got some unemployment flowing in. Was able to do a few different things. Okay, so I'm raising my awareness and I'm paying attention. And I started to catch people on my camera. I put a camera on the door. And I caught Siobhan saying, I got the video. This bitch tried to come at me, rah, 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 call the landlord. I looked at her like, bitch, I got the video. So I said, And there was another neighbor that moved in upstairs randomly, and she had just got back from New Orleans. And when she got back, her ass looked smashed. Like, I don't know, she might have got her ass spiritually whooped because she tried to tap into my energy or something. Whatever happened, they all started beefing and getting into it. So we back to back, all the little tactics, all the she crazy, blah, blah, blah. All the things, because they were getting that shit. Every time they did something, it literally backfired. At this time, I didn't realize how protected I was myself. I didn't realize how protected I was. I didn't realize who was really backing me. So I'm mindlessly going back and forth because I'm thinking like, no, this can't, like, no, y'all are wrong, y'all, blah, blah, blah. Not knowing everybody was working together. 666 was just on that truck that rode past. It was, everybody was already in cahoots because, like I said, I was supposed to have been out the door years ago. By this time, we at that 3rd year mark. Like I said, once I got introduced to all these different party people in the nightlife that were low-key spiritualists as well. Masons, to be exact. Devil worshippers, occultists. So, we're bringing it forward, all right? So, fast forward, I started to slowly get answers. The more I started to pay attention and elevate, the people, mind you, it's a lot of cults in D.C. Lots of cults, lots of companies. Any big city area is going to be like that because they need energy. So, as I'm here paying attention, right? I'm like, all right. Putting the pieces together. One of my landlords in the area, this is not my particular landlord, but it was a Section 8 whole area. So they all knew each other. It was one little strip. All the buildings pretty much looked the same. He owned like maybe 8 of them on the same block. This nigga got Masonic plates. I said, Then I had Chris try to come confess to me low-key. He said, nobody knew you was this spiritual person, son. Nobody knew this. So y'all came at me because y'all thought I was a peon? How that make you look? So you came at me because you thought I was a peon. You came at me because you thought I was little. You thought God didn't give a fuck about me. You thought I didn't know shit about spirituality. And that was why you came at me. And I ended up sitting all y'all ass down. And then I'm about to permanently sit y'all down once this testimony fully get out the way it need to. So, Jeremiah come to me. His favorite cousin died. I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on? Still trying to low-key gaslight. He got a Jamaican girlfriend. Pay attention, keep up. Pay attention to all these things. Pay attention, keep up. I'm like, all right. In my mind, I'm like, Jay, Chris, the people you grew up with, the people you swore by blood even though they wasn't your blood, and you claimed them to be your brothers, and you would have literally laid your life on the line for them. Okay. So Chris coming in the dream state. They sending various warlocks. What the fuck is this? Bryson McCall Rambus, Southeast Washington, D.C. Got a sister named Brandy, I think, Navy or Air Force. Let's see who else. Who else? Few other individuals that was just into the gaslighting, the whole thing, like the whole DC, was in on that shit. It's like, that's the capital of the world. Anywhere the capital is, that's gonna be where the most chaos will be. All right. So what's another warlock? What the fuck is his name? It was quite a few that was sent in. Him, I think Charles Brown. It's another guy. I gotta get his name and stuff too. But it was quite a few of them that was sent in. Quite a few. And every time I would sleep with one of these motherfuckers, my pH balance would get equally as knocked off as the last time. So let me back it up to my apartment in November. 2022. Let me back it up a little second. I went and got tested. Come to find out, remember when I told you I broke out under my titty back in, I think, like March that year, when I slept with Ivan Sherman, Mason, worked for American Red Cross, Liberian. I go get tested in November. Come to find out, I was using condoms with most people. He was one that I would not use them with. And then men would blatantly ask me to take it off. And I'm thinking, this one person, I'm going to be with these people forever. No. But that's how they get you. That's the tactics. That's what's being done. Come to find out, I had HSV, which is not, you hear that? HSV, which is not deadly, which does not affect any part of the body. It is a skin condition. It is a skin condition, and it sits in the liver. It doesn't affect the liver. It sits in the liver. And I know how to cure it, and I know how to get rid of your symptoms. So if you would like the information on that, I can give you that information as well. So let's fast forward back to 2023. At this point, I'm being more celibate, but I loosened up a little bit because I'm thinking, okay, maybe this shit coming to an end. You know, I'm growing, I'm evolving, I'm realizing what's going on. But I'm also under 11:22 on the clock. I'm also understanding all the tactics that are happening. So I'm speaking my truth. I'm steadily speaking my truth. And a lot of these people already know it because they with the shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, whatever the case is. All right. So, there's, like I said, the same type of being, the same type of energy, the same type of lover kept being sent in. So I'm like, all right. At some point, I had to cut it out. I'm like, yeah, that's it. We ain't doing that no more. We not sleeping with nobody else no more. Like, after Bryson, that was a wrap. I was like, yeah, that's it. So met up with Banks, started seeing all these angel numbers, started piecing everything together. And he was like, well, you know I knew your sister before I knew you, right? He said, and your cousin, you know your cousin Kiera used to mess with, what's the name? Chicago Santana. Pay attention and keep up. Pay attention and keep up. Pay attention and keep up, please. So, minor itty bitty confession. So I started doing readings on these people every time they would get in my energy. That's how I found out what was really, really happening. So again, when they say, why this one tarot reader? What is it about her that y'all keep fucking with her for? I'm enlightening you. Because that same trafficking ring that's from DC to Miami